Hello there, YouTube fans, here again. Now I thought I saw one of my favourite series this. You might remember this. This is definitely a box set we got today in Bernardo's. I've already got it myself in my house. That being Life on Mars. Say it again, Life on Mars, without showing the price. And it's a dud in this. It's a dud. It's a dud box set. I love the artwork on it. I even love the back cover if I can get away with showing it, with all the characters in it. It's a dud. I always fancied her, but it's a dud. I also like the one that played the captain in it. I also like the main character. I love it. I love it that much that it made a worthy follow-up, that being Axis to Axis. But this, on the other hand, is Life on Mars, the first series of Life on Mars. And it was a dud. It's a dud. It's kind of like the Sweeney, but it's sort of like a time machine sort of TV cop buddy show. I would say in the 70s, but it's based on the 70s. Starts off, you've got a cop, he gets hit by an accident, by a car, wakes up and finds himself back in 1973. That's right, 1973. I also remember the actor and also it was famous for doing another drama during the that era, that being Golden Lakes. This, on the other hand, is called Life on Mars. So he gets run over in the first episode, and you got that beautiful song by David Bowie, one of my favourite singers, may rest in peace. You know, life, and it could be life on Mars. Ooh, I'm not going to do the rest because I'm not going to do David Bowie any justice. But you remember the song Life on Mars, and that's what it was based on. So you've got the beautiful theme tune to Life on Mars. You've got it all. And the first song, we all remember it. He meets the captain, he gets a belt. There's a bit in this where you see a lot of criminals, whether it be your typical house thieves, your typical starries, getting a dud hiding. You think, bloody hell, where's human rights here? Don't forget, this is based where it's a young lad who wakes up and finds himself back in 1973, right? 1973 is a different era, and it's based on that era. It's a different era altogether. This was the era where you could get a criminal, whether it be a house thief, whether it be a burglar, whether it be your everyday staller, and you could beat the living shit out of them. You could beat them up. As we know nowadays, police cannot do that. There's too many human rights, there's too much justice on their side, there's too much police brutality. You cannot ever, if you was a bobber, you could not get away with what you could do back then. And there's a bit of racistness in it, but again, it's based on a different era. It's based on a time period. So people say, oh, it's racist. Different era, different time period. You know what I mean? People could say, well, what about Stum? Stum came out in 1977 when they made a TV play of it. Got banned by the BBC. But the funny thing is, as you all know, the theatrical version of Stum was based on a bar still, based in 1979, which it was in 79, with a very long Ray Winstone. You could say that's racist. Again, that sort of error. It's that sort of error. That's some noise you took out there, making a noise. It's that sort of error, you know what I mean? So it's not me being racist, it's not me offending a certain thing, but it's that error. I mean, it's like Love Thy Neighbour. You would not get away with making a comedy show like that anymore. So it's not me being racist, it's not me offending it, it's just saying different time, different era. And that's what this is based on. So Dan, I love this. You've got a lot of date features on it. You know what I mean? You've got outtakes, you've got its identical sound, you've got subs, that's a special feature. You've got music, where it's probably based on the songs from David Bowie, Life on Mars, what I've just been murdering. You've got Auto Conover. That means you've got like the director, the producers, even the actors probably blabbering on. You've got interviews with the cast, which is quite good. Again, behind the scene footage. You've got also, there's a lot of good bolder features on this box set. Probably get it out, see what it looks like. Why not? Why not? Be nosy. So you've got our mate, the main star, doing his 70s there, the 70s leather jacket. And I like the set, I like the art cover on it, I like it all. So the first series is like straightforward, you know what I mean? You've got the captain, he's battered some of the criminals, it's that era. I like the car, I like the Sweeney. And then you got the other ones. There's even one episode, if I remember right there, where you get his dad, the main character's dad, and he meets him, you know, a longer version of his dad. I like some of the music in it. You know, you get some 70s sort of music. You know, I mean, it takes how can I put it? It takes them into that golden era of the 1970s. I mean, it's based on well, it's not based on it. Well, it is. It's a dive from 2000 and something. Like I said, like repeat myself, he gets one over, wakes up in the past, and he finds himself trapped in 1973. So because it's 1973, so you've got the 70s first, the 70s fashion. Sort of repeat myself. And people might think I'm weird, they might think I'm a bit, but it kind of reminds me of Buck Wadsworth. Reminds me of Buck Wadsworth. And if people want to know what do I mean by it reminds me of Buck Wadsworth, think of Buck Wadsworth, the 20th century. An astronaut has an accident, wakes up, finds himself in the future. That's what I mean by it has a similarity. The only difference is it's a lung bobber, gets one over, wakes up, finds himself in the 70s. Now I do know they made the second series, and it's like I did second series. Again, it ended with a cliffhanger ending. Then you had the follow up, and it always had me wondering whether he was dead, whether he got killed, and instead of going to the spirit world, his spirit sort of got stuck in the 1970s. Because when they did Asses to Asses, with Activities, you had a female cop. She got shot. She wakes up. She finds herself in the early 80s. It always has me wondering whether the spirit world got caught into some sort of time loop. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? I agree, right, there's a lot of ways of looking at this. But I like this Life on Mars. It was a well-known series. It lasted over 2 seasons. They did a follow-up called Asses to Asses, like I said, without repeating myself. And instead of it being our main mate here, it's a female, gets shot, wakes up, early 80s. But I like it, you know what I mean? I like the Patterson, it's very neat. I like the cut texture of it. I like our main character here. He's very, very typical. Definitely a 70s style type of captain, what captains were like in them days. And I like the fact in them days you got a stone bag, you could slap them about, none of this human rights stuff, oh he shouldn't hit someone. In my eyes, if you got a starter, what robs your house, steal your belongings, doesn't give a shit about mugging an old lady, to me, a Bobby deserves to kick the shit out of them. This is before the Bobby's considered a joke, which nowadays they are. Back then, your Bobby could get a stun bag, get a starry what robs your house, mugs your mummy, whatever, and do them a good bloody hiding, do a bit of poot out of there, do them their own medicine for what they are, being stun bags. So that's what I like about it. It's that sort of time period. You know what I mean? Yeah, some people say it's racist, but again, different era, different time, it's based on that era. But I do like it. I like the fact you've got all the series in it. I do fancy her at that era. She's very pretty. I like the fact you've got all the characters. You've got him in it. You might think you think he's a bit of a knob in it. But you get to like his character as he goes on. I like him. You can get to see him. A good character. I like the captain. Again, he's a typical 70s stereotype of character. But I like it. So we can get any more of the cover. Why not? Why not? Pretty hard to get these bloody things out. There you go. Same cover here. Again, stood next to the car. So that's what can I say? That's Life on Mars, the first series. I found it today in Bernardo's. It's a dudden. Into them people, be smart, be safe. I'll talk about more movies, more programs, and more things on the way. Into them, be smart, be safe. I'll see you later.